I'm currently in my second year at Fort Worth Country Day, a private school, independent as they like to call it, about 380 students in the 9th through 12th grade. And I coach boys and girls, middle school and high school. I have 34 years experience, most at DeSoto High School. In 2012, I was part of a first Texas 5A state championship for both boys and girls at the same school for the same year. In our league that we're now in, the SPC championship concludes May 2nd. This season, we're trying to improve our team SPC finish and also have individual improvement. The nice thing about track and field is that you measure individual PRs for success. I would like to welcome you for going along with us on this journey of the 2014 track season. I'm excited to have you along and the trials and errors and accomplishments that we achieved this year. At DeSoto, we started around January 15th with most of the athletes, but we can't begin at the school I'm at now until February 3rd. I will include past workouts and preseason workouts that you can use up until we begin here at Country Day. As far as the off-season training, I like to basically have the students run on grass, and we're going to run for time instead of distance. So I'll include a workout which has different workouts for sprinters and the 400. How do you measure success in track and field? It's a unique sport in that an athlete can feel successful even if they don't place high, if they improve on their PR. I try to learn everyone's PR and discuss it each week. I find some time in each week during practice to talk about each individual's PR and how they're going to try to break that for the week. Also, I feel that the workouts will allow gifted, motivated athletes to reach elite status, i.e. at DeSoto, where we had a lot of talent, a lot of athletes. However, we were the best in the nation several times in several events for the last several years. There's no doubt that each athlete will improve in coordination, rhythm, balance, strength, hip flexibility, strengthen the hip flexors, improve their knee lift, the proper ankle location, and dorsiflexion of the feet, which is a huge, will help them in all the other sports, which is a huge selling point for recruitment of track. Basically, when I started last year, during the spring at Country Day, even though we don't have many students, there are many sports. There's lacrosse, baseball, tennis, golf, which many of our athletes excel in. So I basically had to start from scratch. And so I had to sell the other head coaches on the benefits of their athletes being in track and field. For instance, at DeSoto, the football team during the summer did many of the things that we're going to talk about, which help improve speed, quickness, power, and all those things that help them in that sport. For example, in the preseason, we'll also use sleds. The sleds don't make you faster, but they do make you much more powerful. How we use the sleds are, we're going to go 100 yards on the grass down, we rest 60 seconds, and we come 100 yards back. We might do 3 trips the first time we do it. You have to be very careful with the sleds because they can be a bit taxing on the body. Now, also, if you don't use the proper running form, the postural integrity, you're bringing your elbows all the way back with your thumb in your hip pocket and run tall. And if you don't maintain that, you don't get anything out of the sleds. But we'll not put any weight on the first time we do it, and then we'll add about 5 pounds or 10 pounds the next time we do it. We never do it back to back. And then we slowly add weight, and we might get to 5 trips down with a 60-second rest and back, 100 yards down, 100 yards back. And you just have to be careful and just slowly add weight. This is a process that would take several weeks if you're fortunate to have any athletes in the preseason. We also use the hurdles for the hurdle mobility drills, um, which improve, like if we're doing A skips, we might do those over the hurdles, and B skips. And another thing, that when you're using these hurdles for hurdle mobility, you have to be sure that you do it right, which is keeping your dorsiflexion. You can keep your ankles underneath your knees. So you can do many drills and be doing them wrong and not be helping you what you do. Another thing that we do in practice are the dynamic flexibility drills, which are going to develop speed, proper postural integrity, uh, greater efficiency in movement, your mechanics, increased flexibility, quickness, strength, technique, explosiveness, and they also help you get mentally and physically ready to work out or race. We do these at the beginning of every practice. We're going to do hurdle mobility first. We're going to do the dynamic flexibility drills, and then we also do a maximum velocity drill, which also is using little mini hurdles to sprint over, which I'll get into that a little bit later.